Okay, what is up, everybody? Excuse me. First thing I do is burp, of course. I'm drinking a carbonated beverage here. DSP here, live on the stream. How you doing? How are you doing? Today's impromptu stream. Wasn't really planning on this, but it all came together, which is awesome. Yeah, pretty cool. Today is Friday, February 3rd, 2017, and we're going to be doing the Injustice 2 beta. Pretty cool last night. First of all, I signed up for this beta right at the beginning when everyone else did. Actually, I signed up for it and my girlfriend signed up for it in the hopes that we would get codes for it and we'd be able to get into it. It seems like code distribution has been pretty damned random. It seems like some people specifically got the codes or were handed the codes by WBPR, but outside of that, it's been incredibly random who got them and who didn't. And as of yesterday, supposedly it was like the next to last or the last time they were going to be handing out codes for this beta. I didn't get anything. And then luckily a viewer of mine contacted me and he said, Phil, I did the same thing you did. I signed up for it and my girlfriend signed up for it. And incidentally, we bought 2 codes. Now, we only need 1. So, here you go if you want it. And I said, absolutely, I will take the code. I mean, I would be an idiot to not take the code because I don't know if I'm going to be able to even get another one or not. You know, how long is it going to take here for them to even ever send me one? So, I accepted it. And last night, I did an impromptu 2-hour stream. It wasn't pre-announced. It just kind of happened. But we had over 300 people on the stream, which was pretty cool. I didn't know how many we were going to get because it was such a spur-of-the-moment thing. And I played with the 2 new characters, Blue Beetle and Atrocitus. Now, both seem like they could have some pretty good uses, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and especially just this game in particular has a pretty unique game engine with things like the clashes and using meter burn to do wall bounces and all kinds of stuff. And I was falling for every trick in the book, you know, basically trying to remember how to play the game. And so after playing for about 2 hours, I pretty much just had started to remember everything about it. But, you know, pretty interesting. Blue Beetle seems like he has some interesting combo ability and maybe some tricky tactics, but I'm not sure how viable he'll actually be. Atrocitus is pretty interesting because he has this cat that he can summon that does projectiles that basically leads him to have safe setups that normally would be unsafe. He also has some pretty good combo ability, but at the same time, some of his normals really stink. So, I don't know yet. You know, we're going to see once we get these characters into training mode, once the game actually releases, and, you know, you learn some bread and butter combos and stuff, and once you finally get into a competitive atmosphere, you have to see how they hold up. Right now, it's kind of hard to tell because no one knows what the hell they're doing. Everyone's just flubbing about. Also, the connections were pretty hit or miss. It seemed like either the connection was quite good or bad. Although, admittedly, most of the connections I played were decent. I'd probably say there were 5 or 6 matches that I did play that were really bad. I mean, 2 of them had notable visible lag. Like, you could see how bad it was. So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this is the beta. This is the opportunity for NetherRealm to take all this data, you know, that's going to be available from this beta and put it together to see what they can do for the final release. So, right now, being that the beta actually works online, you can actually get matches in, I have to say this beta is resoundingly more successful than Street Fighter V's. Street Fighter V had like 3 betas, none of which ever worked. So, yeah. Apparently, NetherRealm knows what the fuck they're doing, while Capcom does not, which is pretty hilarious. But anyway, today, I'll be focusing on the 3 characters I did not play with yesterday, okay? Supergirl, Batman, Superman. Those are the other 3 characters available in this build of the beta. Now, from what I'm to understand, this beta's been out for a couple weeks, and what they do is, like, once a week they update it, and sometimes they take away characters, and sometimes they add characters. So if this beta does update, I'll probably be going back to it in the future to check out the other characters as well, okay? So, here's the deal. Today's entire gameplay stream is going to be the Injustice 2 online beta. I'll be checking out the 3 characters I did not play with yesterday, okay? Tonight, over on KO Gaming, I'm going to release my video on Resident Evil 7 doesn't need the PSVR for you to get the best experience? What are the pros and cons of using PSVR with Resident Evil 7? I have done all the work on this video already. I just need to edit it. And I was going to edit it and release it last night, but then the Injustice 2 beta fell in my lap, and I was like, nope, I'll be doing that first. So, tonight, that will be released over on KO Gaming, okay? Tomorrow is up in the air, completely up in the air, dependent on what you guys and gals want. Because tomorrow I have two options. I could either do more of the Injustice beta, another session, or I could return back to Yakuza 0. And I do know there is a following of people who are watching me play Yakuza 0 who are going to want to see me go back to it. So, I don't know. I may put it to a poll. We'll see. Whatever I don't do tomorrow, Saturday, I'll be doing on Sunday. So regardless, if I play Injustice tomorrow, it'll be Yakuza on Sunday. If I do Yakuza tomorrow, it'll be more Injustice on Sunday, okay? So I am planning on one more session, one major session of the Injustice beta this weekend. Also tomorrow, I'll be releasing a new episode of DSP Tries It. And ladies and gentlemen, no exaggeration here. One of, if not the worst episode ever. And like, I couldn't believe, I was appalled. I don't even know how to describe it. I was disappointed, I was angered, I was enraged, I was, like everything you could think of, every negative for this DSP Tries It. I was fucking livid with how bad of a thing that I tried out this week. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it. So, yeah. This is going to be an interesting DSP Tries It tomorrow. Wait till you see it. Definitely check that out. And then this coming week, the new release is Neo. For those who weren't, weren't aware, that's the new big, release for this coming week. Everyone's been waiting to see me play this game. From all reports, one of the hardest games ever made. I guess we'll see. I really liked playing the alpha or the beta or whatever it was last year. So I'm looking forward to playing the real game this week. So, that's going to be fun. The only other thing I have to talk about on pre-stream, everyone, is I want to bring up the KO Gaming Community Submissions Program. Okay? Here's the deal. I announced this yesterday on my Q&A show, Ask the King. I don't know how many people have checked out Ask the King yet, but people have been looking for a way to participate and to interact and to be more of a part of, my YouTube stuff for years. And I never really had a way for them to do that besides maybe submitting fan art and stuff like that, okay? So in that regard, I, in the past month, got tons of requests from people saying, Phil, are you going to do montages of your playthroughs this year? And I said, I'd love to, but I don't have the time to do it. I'm playing constantly, doing gameplay and stuff. How am I going to do montages? Unless you want me to do less gameplay, which means I cover way less games. So I was contacted by a couple people who were actually interested in doing a montage of my Dark Souls Redemption run playthrough. And they actually have now both given me their montages of the Dark Souls Redemption run. And boy, they are great. One of them is more focused on every death, but then also it focuses in on some of the things that necessarily weren't deaths, but were epic parts of the playthrough, like the Ornstein and Smaug fight, stuff like that. And there's some good music and stuff in that one, pretty good. The other one is more focused on the deaths themselves, and it has some funny like text overlays and memes and stuff thrown into it. That's pretty entertaining. I like what that guy did with some of the stuff. And it's funny because it's two people basically making the same video, but taking two completely different methods to do it. And I've watched both, and I like both. I think they're both hilarious. So, the way that this works is if you're a fan of mine, if you watch my stuff, you like my stuff, alright? Any of my gameplay, right? And you want to do some kind of a montage. And maybe you're looking to get some promotion for yourself. Maybe you want to promote your own YouTube channel. Maybe you want to promote your own business. Maybe you have a video editing business, or you're training for it. Maybe you're in school for it and you want to show off some of your skills and get some plugs for it or anything like that. Contact me. Shoot me an email, darksidephil@hotmail.com, or you can send me a private message on my forums on thekingofhate.com. Let me know what you have in mind. At this point, I would say nothing with Dark Souls, because I already have 2 different ones. And by the way, I will be releasing these montages of Dark Souls this coming week on KO Gaming. So this week there's going to be some fun stuff on KO Gaming, completely out of the norm that normally you wouldn't see, and I think people are really going to like it, okay? So yeah, those are coming up this week, and I mean, there's tons of stuff that could be done. Just think, you could do any of my recent playthroughs, like Zelda Ocarina of Time or Resident Evil 7. I'm sure coming up with Neo is going to be definitely one of them. All right, definitely, okay? But also, any of the classics, you know, there's tons. How many playthroughs have I done? Hundreds, thousands? I don't even know. How many playlists do I actually have on YouTube at this point? Probably less than 1,000, I would think. But there's a lot of potential there, okay? Any of the stuff that I've ever done, if you were interested in doing montages and stuff, contact me and let me know. Let me know what you have in mind. Please don't spend a ton of time doing it without contacting me first, because I am going to tell you, I said this yesterday and I'll say it again. There is going to be a screening process. Obviously, what I want to do is I want to make sure that everything that I put on KO Gaming has a quality control aspect to it. And I understand there will probably be people who maybe have never done video editing before and, oh, I want to do something for Phil. That's cool. But understand that it does have to be kind of decent. You know what I mean? Especially if it's going to be, you know, showcased on a channel that has over 20,000 subs. I don't want to just throw anything on there and then turn off the subscribers. So understand, you know, there is going to be some kind of a screening process. I don't want people just submitting stuff willy-nilly to me. Please let me know ahead of time if you're interested in possibly doing something for this program. Run it by me. I'll let you know what I think, and we'll go back and forth. That's actually how these Dark Souls montages came to be. The people contacted me first and let me know what they wanted to do, and I went back to them. We went back and forth a little bit, and then finally they resulted in the final product. So, okay, there you go. The KO Gaming Community Submissions Program, by which you can submit your own montage content and get it featured on the channel and get some free promotion out of it. And it helps me have a lot of variety for the channel between the time that I have to do reviews and other kinds of edited content. It gives me something else to put up on the channel. So, could be pretty successful. I think it's going to be a good idea, okay? Alright, I really don't have anything else to talk about on pre-stream, so I'll just very quickly run through the plugs here. As you can see, I have my little promotional screen up. One thing that is not on that screen, okay, is the Loot Crate referral link and discount code that I have. By the way, coming up, this is big news. I forgot to really talk about this. I've got 3 Loot Crate unboxings coming up shortly. I've got the Marvel Gear and Goods Loot Crate coming up. I've also got a new monthly Loot Crate. They're going to send me the February... I don't know if it's the February or the March Loot Crate, actually. They're going to send me the new monthly Loot Crate, the one that I used to do all the time, because now it's been a long time since I did it, so they're going to send me that one. And I'm going to get the WWE Slam Crate. So basically, I'm going to be getting 3 crates within like a month that I'm going to be unboxing on my vlogging channel, The King of Hate Vlogs, okay? So if you check these unboxings out that I do, and you like them, and you're like, damn, these are cool, maybe I'd like to jump in and do a subscription for myself. If you use my referral code, which is lootcrate.com/darksidephil, and then you use the discount code SAVEME10DSP at checkout, that's SAVEME10DSP, you save 10% on any new subscription, and I actually get a little bit of referral credit for it. So it's just a cool thing. You save, I get something out of it. It benefits both sides. It's a cool way for you to help out and get something for yourself as well, okay? Follow me on Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP. Every night I post up a new schedule so you know what to expect the next day, but also I post up whenever videos are going live, whenever a stream is live. It's the place to be, to follow, to know what I'm doing on a daily basis, okay? KO Gaming, I've already just talked about a ton. The YouTube channel where I do edited content like game reviews, countdowns, montages, year-end series. I'm trying to put a lot more content on that channel this year, so hopefully it works out. We'll see. New video coming tonight regarding Resident Evil 7 in the PlayStation VR. That's at youtube.com/KOGaming1. And those fan-made Dark Souls montages will be coming up in the next week. All right. Patreon. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. this is a way that you can go above and beyond just watching my videos. If you like what I'm doing, you want to see me continue to put out this free content every single day, and you love it, and you follow me, and you want to see more, Patreon's the way to help. Your monthly pledges allow me to, number one, keep this business going, to pay my bills and pay for the cost of games and everything, all right? But also, they earn you personal perks. Just yesterday, I did my Q&A show, Ask the King, and a few people had their questions answered on the show because they were pledgees to my Patreon. A bunch of people also got verbal thank you shout-outs in that show. So that's just some of the perks. There's a ton of cool perks you can get for being a patron. Check it out right there, patreon.com/darksidefil. And by the way, within the next couple of weeks, I'll be brainstorming what the monthly goal will be for February. If we hit the goal, obviously I do a celebratory event. This past month, it was a Patron's Choice playthrough. So this weekend, I'll actually be setting up a thread by which people can nominate and vote on games for this upcoming playthrough. So I'll have more info on that shortly. Okay? Alright, and then last but not least, my girlfriend Leanna has her own business called The Black Currant, where she sells handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts. Very successful. It's now been in operation for 2 years. She's got hundreds upon hundreds of orders, ridiculous amount of items shipped. She ships internationally, and she's got tons of positive feedback. Don't believe me. I wouldn't believe me. I'm her boyfriend. Obviously, I'm going to say this stuff's good, even though, hey, first-hand testimonial, the only soap I wash with is her soap. It's amazing. It makes me smell great. My skin's good. But check it out for yourself. Right here, etsy.com/shop/theblackcurrant. She's got tons of positive feedback from real customers on there. So you'll see the testimonials of people who've tried this stuff and love it. All right? All right. Is everyone ready? Now I got that out of my systems. Everyone ready for more injustice? I'm always... Say it with me. I'm always ready for injustice. What? Well, this is Trump's America, so I guess we have to kind of get used to it. Oh, I took a cheap jab. I took a cheap jab. Look at that. All right. All right, folks. That's it. Let's start. Let's get ready. Let's do it. More injustice. Here we go.